Iona gets it done again, this time against Princeton, 70-64. And I think we might have to start talking about potentially getting a number next to this team's name. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Feck. We're going to break down this game between Iona and Princeton, 70-64. This was a good game through and through. Iona is now 7-2. Princeton moves to 8-3. And I know you just said it before we hit record here, Steve, but I'm going to let you repeat it again. Rick Pitino is what now?
He's a freaking genius.
Go ahead, put yourself.
Okay. We all know what he's done, with Providence and Kentucky and Louisville and getting all these teams to the Final Fours. And the way that he can get a team to buy into his system and play that physical, in-your-face defense night in, night out. It's unbelievable. Now, Iona is a good basketball team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the resident Metro Atlantic Conference apologist.
No, they're on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, and it's all because they're now playing the way Pitino is preaching in practices that they need to play. And for Princeton, okay, they came into this game on an 8-game, but they left that little small Division III gym. It was a fun game to watch because it was truly a small school gymnasium. Mm-hmm. Where you basically have the baskets actually rise up like they do in high school, as opposed to just staying in place or being wheeled out somewhere. It was amazing, and being from Jersey, it was great to see that particular campus host a Coaches versus Cancer Challenge game, but Princeton had to walk out of there saying, how did we only lose by 6? And mind you, Princeton was up 98% of the game up until about the 7-minute mark of the second half. And then Iona took over. They completely shut down Princeton's usual set plays. They did press them. They did everything that they possibly could. And Pitino said this in the post game. I'm even to the point now when Iona plays, I actually listen to the post game interviews.
Well, his quotes are worth watching. I mean, the quotes alone are worth watching for.
Yeah, and he has that smile on his face when he's like dumping on his team. His team just played such a soulful, and that's where I can think of. It was a soulful game in that second half to come back. And he said, I just wanted to come in and be aggressive and get stops together, which is all we talk about on defense. And that's why we keep referring back to Pitino in practice. What you hear him talk about, in these interviews, which are admittedly kind of scripted vanity projects for him. I'm pretty sure he has 5 scripts ready for any particular interview, and whatever kind of mood he's in, he pulls out that script. He's got it memorized already. He's like one of those Shakespeare in the Park actors who just has all this stuff in his head, and he can do any part, anytime. Iona shot 5 more free throws than Princeton, but they made 7 more free throws. So again, the percentage was terrific because they were just so aggressive on both ends of the court. I mean, offensively, even when it seemed they didn't have, a path in the lane, it didn't stop them. They drove the lane and they drew the foul and they went to the foul line. So I'm really excited to see this Iona team. As thrilling as it was for me personally to see St. Peter's go to the Elite 8 last year. They only got there because Iona got upset. In the quarterfinals. And if had Iona not lost, Iona was going, to the NCAA tournament last year because the Metro Atlantic is not a multi-bid conference. As much as I love them, they're not a multi-bid conference. The tough thing with Princeton, too, is that they're between a rock and a hard place. A lot of their alumni are up in arms saying, I want to play more Power 5 schools. Now, they would. Mitch Henderson would schedule them if these Power 5 schools would play Princeton.
Right.
And it goes back to the days of the late Pete Carroll. Nobody wants to play Princeton. It's like facing a knuckleball pitcher. It throws off your swing for a week because they just play differently. They play like a European-style basketball, really. Under Mitch Henderson, it's almost like watching, the EuroLeague basketball. You just have, a lot of weaving, a lot of different backdoor plays, setting up perimeter shots. It's a totally different offense to try to shut down. But again, Pitino, he could shut down. I swear to God, if he had 2 players against 5, he'd probably win 5 out of 10 times because he's just that creative of a coach.
Well, if it was the 2 players were Jenkins and Clayton Jr., I'd agree with you. They were in charge of 57% of the scoring for Iona, both of them with 20 points in the game. They looked fantastic, and both the guards did really good. I mean, there's no wonder you like this Iona team. We keep screaming guard play on this show, and I mean, these guards were just fantastic. When you see 40 out of the 70 points go into these 2 guards, I mean, the crazy thing is Clayton Jr. did his in only 29 minutes. I think that was really what was impressive as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what Iona can do in this upcoming game because they're going to take on New Mexico, who has not lost yet. They are 10-0. They're one of those crazy teams in the Mountain West who are really shocking the world right now and becoming and just an undefeated team. We're going to see them on Sunday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1. That game, I think, is really going to be a good gut check for Pitino and the Gaels there to see if they can beat New Mexico.
It has to be on the Mount Rushmore of toughest places to play. The Pit in New Mexico. I mean, that's some really, really great teams either got scared witless playing against New Mexico there or went home with their tail between the legs. It's a tough place to play. And but I see for Pitino, this is like he's writing the script. Oh, now we have to go play New Mexico after playing. We wanted to play all the best teams in the IBE and do that. And now we have to go and play at the Pit in New Mexico and travel 1,500 miles across the country. He's playing all that up, and it's what he wants.
Yep.
He's going in practice and he's saying, "Hey guys, here huddle up here. Don't repeat this, but we're going to kick their butt." Okay. But we're going to just play our game. Don't worry about it. We're just going to play our game. But you have to look scared at the beginning of the game. Just look scared. Look into the cameras with those big doe eyes and just look like you're scared. But we're going to kick their butt. Rick Pitino is a psychological master and a genius at setting up. He might be the most innovative defensive coach that we've seen in our lifetimes.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I agree. If they go out and smack this undefeated New Mexico team, a team who has looked really good so far this season, then I think Iona is going to be – I already think they're going to be tough in the Metro Atlantic, but I think they might be untouchable in the Metro Atlantic if they come out and just really show what they can against this New Mexico team. And not only do I think they need to watch out in conference play, I think they're going to be one of those teams that just ride hot coming into the tourney in March. I think this is one of those teams that get that 13, 14 seed because of their bid, because of their conference bid after winning it, and upset that seed. This is exactly what this team screams to me is, this is bracket buster. These Rick Pitino's bracket buster team coming at you. Let us know your thoughts in the comment description below. Hit like and subscribe while you're there. And thanks for watching SlasherU.